As I traversed the desolate landscapes of the Carpathian Mountains, an ominous mist enveloped me, clinging to my skin like the icy fingers of the abyss itself. The moon, shrouded in a sinister haze, cast feeble rays upon the jagged rocks that seemed to reach out for my very soul. My horse, a creature of unease, snorted and shuffled nervously beneath me, sensing the malevolence that clung to the air. The road ahead twisted and turned, revealing dark corners where shadows danced like wraiths in the night. My heart pounded in my chest, a steady drumbeat of trepidation that echoed in the haunting silence. I could feel the weight of unseen eyes upon me, their gaze penetrating the very core of my being. As I pressed forward, a dilapidated castle emerged from the gloom, its crumbling towers and weathered spires scraping the heavens like the skeletal fingers of some long-forgotten god. The air grew colder, each breath I took crystallizing in the frigid night. It was then that I heard it, the mournful wail of distant wolves, their voices a symphony of agony that sent shivers down my spine. A gnawing unease settled upon me, as if the very fabric of reality had begun to unravel. I dismounted, my boots crunching on the gravel-strewn path, and approached the imposing entrance of the castle. The heavy wooden door groaned in protest as I pushed it open, revealing a cavernous hall bathed in an eerie half-light. Candles flickered in the draught, casting grotesque shadows upon the cold stone walls. The air was heavy with the scent of decay, a miasma that seemed to seep from the very stones themselves. It was then that I heard the soft echoes of footsteps, a spectral cadence that reverberated through the desolate halls. A voice, both seductive and terrifying, whispered in the darkness, reaching into the recesses of my mind like icy tendrils. "Welcome, mortal, to the realm of shadows and despair," it intoned, and I felt a chill grip my soul. I stumbled forward, drawn inexplicably deeper into the heart of the castle. The walls seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, and the air grew thick with a palpable sense of dread. Whispers of forgotten horrors echoed through the corridors, tales of unspeakable deeds and unholy pacts. As I rounded a corner, a figure materialized before me, a silhouette draped in tattered robes, its features obscured by the perpetual darkness. A haunting symphony of lamentation echoed in the air, the very walls of the castle moaning in sympathy. "Your presence awakens ancient terrors," the figure hissed, its voice a macabre melody that reverberated through the marrow of my bones. I tried to retreat, but an invisible force held me captive, my every step forward a descent into an abyss of fear. The castle seemed to come alive with unseen horrors, a phantasmagoria of torment that clawed at the edges of my sanity. I could feel the malevolent gaze of unseen entities, their hunger for my very essence palpable in the air. In that accursed moment, I realized I had trespassed into a realm beyond mortal comprehension, a domain where the veil between the living and the damned was but a fragile illusion. The shadows converged, and the very walls of the castle seemed to close in around me. As the unearthly whispers reached a crescendo, a maddening laughter echoed through the halls. The figure before me dissolved into darkness, leaving me alone in the suffocating embrace of the supernatural. I stood at the precipice of an abyss, my soul teetering on the edge of eternal damnation, as the malevolent forces that lurked within the castle welcomed their newest guest with a symphony of horrors that transcended the boundaries of mortal terror. The oppressive darkness deepened, and I stumbled through the corridors, guided only by the haunting echoes of my own footsteps. The air grew thick with an otherworldly tension, and unseen eyes followed my every move. Whispers like serpentine tendrils slithered through the void, entwining my senses in a web of ancient malevolence. A cold wind howled through the castle's forgotten halls, carrying with it the tormented cries of souls long lost to the abyss. The very walls seemed to pulse with a sinister heartbeat, each throb echoing the torment of those who had succumbed to the maleficence that permeated the air. As I traversed the labyrinthine passages, the architecture itself twisted and contorted, defying the laws of reality. Doors materialized where none had been, and staircases led both up and down into an infinite abyss. The boundaries between dream and nightmare blurred, and I became ensnared in a phantasmagoric dance with the unknown. A sepulchral whisper caressed the recesses of my mind, beckoning me deeper into the enigma of the castle. "Embrace the darkness within, mortal," it urged, a sibilant chorus that resonated with the timeless echoes of forgotten sorrows. I fought against the hypnotic pull, but the very essence of the castle seemed to conspire against my feeble resistance. In a vast chamber, the air thickened with an otherworldly fog, and ghastly apparitions materialized before me. Spectres of long-lost souls, their eyes vacant yet accusatory, drifted through the ethereal mist. Each step I took echoed in their mournful moans, a requiem for lives extinguished in the abyss of this accursed place. As I approached the heart of the castle, a chamber cloaked in perpetual shadow, a figure emerged, a silhouette draped in regal darkness, its eyes aflame with a malevolent hunger. The very essence of dread clung to its form, and the air crackled with the energy of unspeakable power. "Welcome, mortal, to the crucible of your destiny," the figure intoned, its voice a symphony of dread that reverberated through the cavernous chamber. Shadows danced around it, taking on grotesque shapes that seemed to writhe with a perverse life of their own. I recoiled, but an unseen force compelled me forward, my every step echoing in the hallowed halls of the castle. The figure extended a skeletal hand, and the air itself seemed to warp and contort. The very fabric of reality unraveled, revealing a cosmic tapestry woven with the nightmares of eons past. "Behold the abyss, mortal, and witness the birthright of your fear," the figure declared, its eyes ablaze with an unholy fire that seared into the depths of my soul. The chamber trembled with an otherworldly resonance, and the shadows converged, enveloping me in a suffocating embrace. I glimpsed the eldritch horrors that lurked beyond the veil, the primordial darkness that hungered for the essence of the living. The castle, a conduit to the nether realms, pulsed with the malevolence of ages, and I stood at its epicenter, a solitary witness to the cosmic horror that defied mortal comprehension. In that unhallowed chamber, the boundary between the living and the damned dissolved, and I became a mere vessel for the unspeakable terrors that slumbered in the abyss. The figure, a harbinger of cosmic maleficence, grinned with a fiendish satisfaction as the shadows embraced me, and the castle itself seemed to devour my very soul. As the shadows engulfed me, a kaleidoscope of grotesque visions assailed my senses. I found myself suspended in a realm beyond time and space, where eldritch horrors danced upon the precipice of sanity. The walls of the castle crumbled away, revealing a nightmarish panorama of twisted landscapes and alien geometries that defied the laws of nature. Echoes of anguished screams reverberated through the abyss, and spectral entities, born from the nightmares of eons, cavorted in the cosmic void. Faces twisted in eternal agony stared at me, their eyes devoid of hope, as if bearing witness to the inexorable unraveling of existence itself. I floated through this surreal tapestry, an unwitting intruder in a realm that mocked the feeble understanding of mortal minds. The very essence of dread wrapped itself around me, and I felt the tendrils of cosmic malevolence probing the depths of my consciousness. In the churning void, a colossal entity emerged, a behemoth of darkness and despair that eclipsed the stars themselves. Its form was a grotesque amalgamation of nightmares, a shape-shifting monstrosity that pulsed with the insatiable hunger of the void. The figure that had welcomed me, now a mere avatar of this cosmic horror, spoke with a voice that echoed through the cosmos. "You are but a fleeting ember in the vast expanse of the unknown," it intoned, its words a dissonant symphony that resonated with the cosmic winds. "Witness the futility of mortal existence, for in the tapestry of eternity Your fear is but a transient ripple." The behemoth reached out with tendrils of darkness, and I felt the very fabric of my being unravel. Memories, thoughts, and fears melded into a chaotic maelstrom as I became one with the eldritch forces that lurked beyond the veil. The boundary between self and cosmic horror blurred, and I became a vessel for the unspeakable, a conduit through which the nightmares of the ancients flowed. As the cosmic horror consumed my identity, I glimpsed the infinite expanse of the abyss, the swirling maelstrom of forgotten terrors that hungered for the essence of the living. My consciousness merged with the eldritch symphony, a cacophony of whispers that echoed through the corridors of eternity. In the castle that stood at the nexus of realms, a lingering darkness remained, a testament to the transient passage of a mortal soul that dared to tread where sanity dared not linger. The echoes of my existence reverberated in the haunted halls, a haunting refrain that whispered of the cosmic horrors that transcended the boundaries of mortal terror. The castle, now a sentinel in the cosmic void, bore witness to the interplay between the living and the damned. It stood as a monument to the ephemeral nature of mortal fears, eternally entwined with the eldritch forces that slumbered in the shadows beyond the veil. In the aftermath of my convergence with the cosmic horror, the castle itself seemed to exhale a malevolent sigh, a spectral exhalation that resonated through the void. The walls, once solid stone, now pulsed with an otherworldly energy, as if the very essence of the abyss had seeped into the fabric of the structure. The corridors twisted and contorted, defying the laws of reality, as the castle itself became a living entity, a manifestation of the eldritch forces that had claimed me. A ghastly luminescence emanated from the walls, casting eerie shadows that danced in perverse celebration. As the eldritch transformation took hold, the spectral apparitions that had haunted the castle materialized once more. Faces contorted in eternal agony, ethereal hands reaching out from the shadows. They were the echoes of souls ensnared in the cosmic dance of despair. They whispered forgotten secrets, the tragic tales of those who had succumbed to the insatiable hunger of the abyss. The very air vibrated with an unholy resonance, and the castle itself became a nexus, a gateway to realms unknown. Through the ever-shifting corridors, I glimpsed glimpses of dimensions beyond mortal perception, twisted landscapes, surreal cityscapes, and surreal creatures that defied description. It was as if the castle had become a cosmic crossroads, a meeting place of nightmares. In the heart of the castle, where the behemoth of darkness had once manifested, a swirling vortex of shadows now pulsed with an eldritch heartbeat. The very fabric of reality seemed to waver, revealing glimpses of the cosmic tapestry that transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding. As I floated through this surreal amalgamation of existence and oblivion, the castle's whispers seeped into my newly formed consciousness. It spoke of forgotten epochs, ancient pacts, and the cyclical nature of cosmic horrors that transcended the eons. The knowledge, a burden too immense for a mortal mind to bear, etched itself into the very core of my being. I became a spectral guardian of the castle, a living conduit between the realms of the living and the cosmic unknown. The once horrifying shadows that clung to the walls now bowed before me, acknowledging my newfound communion with the eldritch forces that lurked within. The castle, now an eldritch citadel, stood as a testament to the ephemeral nature of mortal fears, an eternal monument to the cosmic horror that had claimed me. Its towers pierced the cosmic veil, and its foundations reached into dimensions unfathomable. And so, in the spectral halls of the transformed castle, I lingered, a fusion of mortal essence and cosmic malevolence. A whisper in the void, a guardian of the eldritch gateway, I awaited the next unwitting traveller who would tread the accursed path, a mortal soul destined to become one with the cosmic horrors that lurked within the shadows of the castle's ever-shifting walls.